are spending the week living with the all-new refreshed Lexus RX350, and this one is finished in a paint color that I have no idea how to pronounce. Grecian water? Grecian water? Grecian water? I don't know. It's blue. The refreshed RX350. This one is an all-wheel drive F-Sport model. It's blue car week. We've got a black wing and the RX350. And the big news, beyond the fact that this is completely refreshed, new platform, is the powertrain changes. No more 6-cylinder available, no more V6. This is all 4-cylinder. This one has a 2.4 liter turbo 4. There's a ton of different powertrains, electrified, hybrid. There's a plug-in hybrid for the first time, but we're gonna be spending a week living with the new RX350 F-Sport. So it says F-Sport, even though it's probably not that sporty. But we'll see what it's like. This crossover is not super high off the ground. We do have a side step here for getting in. A lot of screens. Ooh, that's the new 14-inch infotainment screen for the RX. Wow, this is like brand new. 586 miles on it. So we have a digital cluster here. Huge infotainment screen. We're gonna set up our seats, get comfortable, set up our infotainment, Apple CarPlay, should have wireless CarPlay. Chargers down there. All right, we're gonna head off to work. I am going to turn on my heated seat and heated steering wheel. No, auto. Does it beep all the time every time you tap it? Okay, there's gotta be a way to turn that off. Initial impressions of the refresh RX have been quite nice. It's got some good tech, it's comfortable, quiet, pretty smooth for a 4-cylinder. We're about to get to the office and we'll pick this video back up later today. Tonight we're heading downtown Chicago for dinner with a couple colleagues, so we'll make sure we'll document that whole thing. Heading downtown through some traffic probably, because there's always traffic heading into downtown Chicago. So we'll pick this back up after work today. Look how warpy the wide angle rear view camera gets. Watch that Cadillac. What? What? There we go. I think it's because it's going super wide angle. We'll stick with normal. I think that's totally fine. So we just press this button to put it into park. Look at that. Automatically unlocked all doors with shift position linked door unlocking function. Okay. Yeah, it unlocks the doors. And it puts the parking brake on for you. And then if I were to put it back into drive, that parking brake comes off on its own and the door is locked again. There. All right. That's some nice tech features. All right, we're done with work. We are heading downtown. It is starting to snow, so there's probably gonna be a lot of traffic, and we're gonna cram 5 people into the RX350. So get ready for some shenanigans as we head downtown. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, turn the heated seats on.
I don't know, hit the button in the back.
Okay? Yeah, come on, jump in.
We're fitting 5 adults in an RX350.
I don't know, are we adults?
It's actually a lot more space than I thought.
Is this gonna work?
There we go. Yeah, it's gonna work.
Is it gonna work?
It's gonna work.
Are you guys comfortable?
Yeah, we're good.
Is it? Cozy? All right. Are you cozy? Are you okay, Sassy Danielle?
I mean, are you going to drive like a grandpa? I'm going to repeat this question again.
There's traffic.
Oh, I thought you were gonna...
Have you
how
seen
smooth he is with the gear shift? It's
the gear
manual.
shift? Yes, let me manual shift.
This isn't on a Mac. If it was a manual, as I expected.
Start. Why won't it start?
Yeah, so how can I do my
I don't know if there's 3 adults in the back or just 3 children. But we're here and we fit.
I'll totally have this vehicle.
Yeah, me too.
Driver intention detected. Look forward. Ooh, it just yelled at me. Back at the office, everybody else is going back in their cars, so we're back in the RX. There is so much snow and ice covering the car. All the sensors are covered, so it's unhappy. So no collision avoidance, no surround, all that type of stuff. All right, let's see what the all-wheel drive RX350 is like in some pretty heavy and wet snow. It is coming down hard right now. So far, the Lexus RX350 all-wheel drive is handling the snow fine, just in normal mode, taking it easy with all-wheel drive. It's actually coming down quite hard, but with the sensors and all sorts of things covered, it's definitely not happy in terms of driver assistance system. So again, in the future, how are these like semi-autonomous cars or full autonomous cars gonna handle inclement weather like this? I have no idea. I'm not an expert on that, but so far drive home has been fine. Heated seat, heated steering wheel going, and just taking it easy in the snow. Let's see how acceleration goes off the line. Actually pretty good. And there's snow. We have made it home, but look at the dash on the RX. It is very upset. All these warnings have been just cycling through the entire drive about various parking sensors blocked, parking systems stopped, clean radar sensor. So yeah, it's quite a bit upset. I want to see how covered in snow the front of this vehicle is for it to be this irritated about things. So we're in park. All right, let's see how much snow and ice on the front end. All right, a good amount. The entire Lexus badge there is coated. So all that ice, snow, and slush has blocked various sensors and radars and whatever, and therefore the car's upset. So, but we made it back safely. The RX handled the inclement weather fine. It's coming down pretty hard. It's like this really wet, dense, heavy snow. Gross. I thought it was supposed to be springtime already. We'll pick this back up tomorrow. Good night, Lexus. On this wet and rainy day, we're gonna spend a bit more time with the Lexus RX350. Got a couple errands to run. We'll do a thorough interior and exterior walk around. Gotta check out the window sticker too. And I gotta hit the gym to work out. But first, I'm gonna load up some stuff into the trunk. I wonder if this has a kick to open type of thing. It does indeed. Always convenient when your hands are full of stuff. Also, the RX is now only 2-row. See, there would be really no space for a 3rd row here. 2-row only. Got a first aid kit floating up here. Is that Velcroed on? It is. That's some strong Velcro. Wonder what's in it. Oh, yep. Standard first aid kit. Operate your power rear door. Yep, that's what I just did. You have the smart key in your pocket. You can fold seats down. All right. Apologies that this is a little bit dirty, but it's been snowing and raining, obviously. There's a little Lexus lettering there. How do we close the trunk? Here we go. RX350 all-wheel drive. The power split is default 75-25, 75 front, because they are front-wheel drive based, but it can go to as much as 50-50 split, which we did experience in the snow the other day, and it was able to handle it quite well. I'm still kind of amused that it has a fixed side step here because it's not that tall. And actually this new global architecture platform lowered the vehicle, center of gravity and everything. So little step is not necessarily necessary, but this 14-inch screen infotainment, the upgraded one, is gorgeous. This little diagonal center infotainment screen is not quite as nice. It's not full. They try to fool you with the digital fuel gauge display stuff, but it's not an entire screen. It's not fully digital. Also, this is one of the most amusing features I've seen. The cup holder, this one allows you to go up and down. So if you have a really tall beverage, you can push that down and then the base comes up again. So this water bottle can not be as in the way. That's an interesting feature. This thing has paddle shifters. Let's see how they do. Downshift, downshift, downshift. Yeah, just, whoa, that is quite a delay for that downshift. Yeah, okay, see, this is not sporty. It says F-Sport, but it's not sporty. It does have a boost gauge though in the middle. The RX is a very important model for Lexus. It's the best-selling model they have, and obviously as this segment of crossover is very popular and the luxury space is very competitive, it's very important. So this complete overhaul on a new platform. There's a lot of different trims too. We got to get through them because there's like, I can't even remember all of them. There's like something like 7 different trim levels, different powertrain configurations. But again, the big takeaway is only 4 cylinders available, but there are now a hybrid and regular hybrid in here. There's an RX500 F-Sport. There's a lot of them. This one here as the base engine, all-wheel drive F-Sport is a decently mid-tier one. We'll take a look at the window sticker. Who's honking? There's nowhere to go. So the warning chimes are actually quite calming. Okay, that one's a little less calming. This definitely confused some people. Left, down for drive, left, up for reverse. I think they used to have like the actual pattern where you move the shifter around. So now it's just a little electronic little thingy. Press that, puts it into park. It looks like we have brake hold, traction control. What is that? Oh, it's a tree. Is this like an off-road mode? Do people off-road their RX350s? Parking brake, hill descent control, auto stop start off. This is in the middle. It's not, no texture. It's just printed to make it look like there's a texture. This is just smooth. This is a very large storage space. We have a phone charger on the left, my iPhone sitting there, wireless charging. On the right, tons of space for storage. We have USB-C for charging, USB conventional, I keep forgetting which letter is USB normal, for actual data. 2 more USB-C charging ports, so there's plenty of ports to power your various electronic devices up here. And then I've already mentioned this big infotainment screen is quite nice, except that I need to figure out how to turn off the beeping because it's really annoying. Oh, okay. So it changes the display. Sport gives you a horizontal tachometer just like in the Blackwing that we have right now. Custom, eco mode, normal. And then heads-up display controls there. Driving assistant. So it's like a quick menu to go through various things. Max heat, max cool. Those are also convenient. Driver assistant stuff. All right, so that's pretty good. And then you go back. CarPlay is obviously pulled up. Back into the native system. Here's all the vehicle stuff. Ooh, can show you power split for the all-wheel drive system too. Under illumination, we have themes. We can change. I think this has to be the interior ambient light color. Afterglow. It's still too bright. We'll revisit this at night later on. Turn off the beeping. It's so annoying. Don't need it every single time I tap. Haha! Screen beep. No more. No more. It's the most annoying thing in the world. I am a fan of the integrated temperature dials as part of the touchscreen. I always think this is a really cool touch when they put the little screen inside. This part is not touch, it's just a display. But that's pretty cool. Nice feel to it. Start stop buttons up here, digital rearview mirror, comfort entry and exit, so the seat slides back, steering wheel goes up a little bit. All right, we're gonna go inside Costco and we'll pick this back up shortly. Door handle, you can either pull twice, but you're supposed to just push it. It confused people though. This, just like the NX that I spent some time with, confuses the heck out of people when they first get in. They're like, how do I get out? Oh my God. So yeah, it's not the most friendly user experience. I should know this by now, but Costco is always chaos on the weekends, and today was no exception, but finished that errand, so that is done. We're back in the car. Let's take a look at the window sticker for this RX350. So this is a 2023 Lexus RX350 F-Sport all-wheel drive, and genuinely, I think the paint name is Grecian water. So base 2.4 liter turbo engine, 8-speed auto. This one is all-wheel drive. You'll see the regular is 9.8 inch screen, but because we have the optioned Mark Levinson sound system with the 14-inch screen for 2265, that's why that's upgraded. 21-inch wheels, it's got the upgraded headlights. So standard, we've got all this stuff here, and F-Sport brings aluminum interior accents, opposed 6-piston front brake calipers, and adaptive variable suspension. So that's what makes it the F-Sport, the F-Sport. But coming to the options, so base price $56,600, and it seems like Lexus doesn't really bundle stuff together. It's all individual options. So cold area package for $100, digital key for $275, the digital rearview mirror is $200, the upgraded headlamps is $1,565, the panoramic glass moonroof is $500, that sound system with the 14-inch display $2,265, rear door with the power rear door with the kick sensor is $150, traffic jam assist, which requires 4G, is $620. The door edge guard $155, $90 for the rear bumper applique. Running boards are $725. So you see, it's a lot of really small little options on this vehicle, but it totals up to $64,395 after destination. Fuel economy for this one is rated at 21 city, 28 highway, 28 combined. So yeah, that optioning system is a little confusing to me. There's not like packages. Also, I have some notes here right now. Here are the 6 different levels of the Lexus RX. We have standard, we have premium plus, we have luxury, we have F-Sport, and for the first time ever, we have the F-Sport Performance. That's a lot of different trim levels, and if you see the pricing breakdown there, it goes through all the different ones. It's like almost every $1,000 you can start at a higher trim level, and then you option an all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, and then the different powertrain options, whether you have the base 2.4, whether you go with the RX350H, the 500H, there will be the plug-in hybrid coming. Like, you could iterate out to dozens of different RX350s. That would be a little confusing and intimidating to a consumer, but this one here is an RX350 F-Sport. I do like the center console that can open either way. It's hinged both directions. Put the little button on the side, and you open up from the driver's side, or from this side, passenger side. This being a Lexus, the materials are nice. Have some stitching here, leather. Stuff is definitely quality. It's built very nicely. Tolerances are good. Don't really hear any squeaks and rattles or anything like that. This I think is really cool. It's got this suede with this like pattern on the top of the door, and that's a very nice touch. I'm a fan of that. And then all leather, softer touch plastics and materials here. So it's a nice interior for sure. And then we have that panoramic moonroof, which is, I think, full length. Yeah, it just keeps going. That's definitely nice. Oh, wow. Cabin feels much more light and open now, even on this gloomy, rainy day. Roads may be icy. Drive with care. Sport mode. Try this all-wheel drive out. This thing throws so many warning messages for so many different things. Like, it's always monitoring you, even when you're driving, paying attention. It's like, please pay attention. Looking away for a brief second to check your blind spot or something. I've had the warning message pop up. It also told me to sit up at one point, which I was like, what, are you my mom? Talking about my posture? Like, what in the world, Lexus? That part was kind of weird. The 2.4 liter Turbo 4 makes 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, which is good. That torque, you can feel it. It's happiest in the low to mid rev range, just kind of riding that wave of torque and moving along for a decent sized 4-cylinder at 2.4 liters. But once you go like full throttle, you'll see in a moment, it gets a little harsh and it's not the best. So it's happiest down in the low end of the power range. Upshifts are decent, downshifts are slow. Third gear, give me second gear. There's second gear. I'm driving this in a way it's not really meant to be driven, but it says F-Sport, so see? Sit up, driver's face not detected. I think it's because I have my wrist here in the middle, even though, like, I'm sitting up driving. It's because I put my hand position in the middle, which I guess you're not supposed to do, but I think it's really sensitive about the various warnings. Now, this is the thing that annoys me the most in the Lexus RX, and it has to do with the steering wheel. The steering wheel itself is very nice. Nice materials, nice sizes, heated, feels quality, but these touch pads here with the little arrows drive me insane. So you can't just click it. You have to touch it, it wakes up and it like shows on the cluster or on the heads-up display what it does, and then you have to tap it again. Same thing on the right side. These are just blank, right? So to tap it, and it goes through various driver assistance like cruise control things. So it's not a one-touch interface. You have to do it twice. Why? What's wrong with just buttons? Like, that I dislike greatly. And like when you're driving and you want to do something, it just pops up in the cluster and it just takes over from stuff, and there's too much going on here, and these steering wheel buttons do not make the situation better. I think this is quite terrible user experience. Not a fan of that. But the materials and everything else are still plenty nice, right? So I guess the reason is they can reconfigure the buttons. What they do now, it can go to a yes or no if it has an option on here. That's why they did it. Still don't like it. Why couldn't that be through the infotainment system and just tap on the screen? Why? Just, Okay, let's do an exterior walk around. I'm gonna park the car. So the exterior of the RX350. I do like this paint color a lot. This blue looks quite nice. We have the upgraded 21-inch wheels. Base wheels are 19-inch, and with upgraded lights, you have that signature Lexus DRL shape, unmistakably Lexus. And they've taken the spindle grille and like blended it into the body. So it used to be very clearly defined shape, but you can see these triangle diamond patterns are now etching into the actual body itself on the bumper here on the front end, and it's kind of more well integrated. So that is a slight change. But one thing I don't like is this nose looking area, this big bulbous section of the hood. If you look at a car like a face or an animal or something, it looks like one of those fishes with the giant forehead. So that design element I'm not a huge fan of. It looks especially bulbous like from this angle. We got the Lexus logo up front, pretty standard. And then coming around to the side, we do have an F-Sport badge here. You can see those side steps. And then these are little, looks like the door side protectors. They're painted body color, in case you bump into something, I guess. This chrome window trim does a nice little swoosh down the side here, bringing you to the back of the RX, which has the big light signature across the rear. It's got some cool pattern inside there. The rear 3/4 of this looks pretty good. I am a fan of this angle. At night we can see the taillight bar illuminated. That's actually a really cool element on the back of the Lexus. You can see that pattern as it fades into the body line. I do like that quite a bit on the back of the RX350. We have the RX350 all-wheel drive badge here, the Lexus lettering, and then the exhaust tips are hidden somewhere down in there. At least I didn't try to put fake exhaust tips on the rear fascia. It's just got more of that triangle diamond etching, some reflectors. That is not functional, obviously. But there's a walk around of the exterior of the RX350. Refresh. It looks sharp, looks definitely aggressive, but just not a huge fan of that front end nose. With that, I'm gonna park this like a normal person in the parking lot, go inside, do a workout, and we'll finish up this video tonight. I am leaving tomorrow for a work trip to California, so this is my last night living with the new Lexus RX 350. Now that it's dark, you can see the interior ambient lighting. Let's go through some of the different color. They're different themes, so we have daylight white, or we can go to bamboo. What does bamboo look like? A little more green hue. Let's go to heat blue. Flare red. Ooh, and we have a custom. We have a full custom, so it looks like we can pick whatever color we want. So what are my final thoughts on the Lexus RX 350 F-Sport? I fully acknowledge that I am not the target demographic for a vehicle like this. Some of the highlights to me, the 14-inch infotainment screen is quite nice. The materials and build quality are pretty nice. That 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder makes good torque and is pretty good down low. Now, if you're looking for absolute sporty luxury crossover, even though it says F-Sport, I would not be fooled. This is not a sporty vehicle at all. You can get like rear wheel steering and it has the variable active suspension, but it doesn't project a sporty feeling. You saw the delay with the paddle shifters on downshift. That's not the personality of this vehicle. So who should buy one of these? Lexus RX has been a bestseller in the segment for years, right? I mean, it arguably pioneered the luxury crossover segment. It is their bestseller. So if you're used to the conventional Lexus RX platform and you like being a Toyota family or something like that, you should probably get one of these. Look into it, explore it, see what it's like. Reliability, I can't comment on it. It's brand new, but I think it'll be pretty good. It's a Toyota family vehicle, right? My personal favorite in the segment is still the Genesis GV70, but that one, I don't know. I've heard some stories about Kia Genesis vehicle reliability problems, and also they're facing massive markups. I think it was one of the highest markups in the last quarter was on GV70s because they're very popular, because they're really awesome. But that thing has a little more like wow factor to me. Nothing stood out as tremendously remarkable. It just does the luxury crossover thing pretty well. The digital cluster, not my favorite. Endless warnings, endless little nannies that's bugging you all the time, and the touchpads on the steering wheel are just stupid. That being said, all-wheel drive in inclement weather in the snow, pretty heavy snowstorm. You saw that was good. Again, infotainment, I keep mentioning that one. Otherwise, those are my thoughts on the Lexus RX 350 F-Sport. I would be interested to see what the higher tier, like the 500H, the hybrid, would be like. That one's the quickest, the most powerful, most torquey with the full hybrid, and there is a plug-in hybrid. But I think I've got a pretty good handle on what this new platform RX is like. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for watching.